So I'm celebrating this week, and that is because, wait for it, I have lost 10 pounds, people. 10 in 2 weeks. And not even 2 weeks. Tomorrow's actually my 2 week point. I just got so excited that I weighed myself early. But that is huge for me. I cannot remember the last time that I could say that I have lost weight. So keto works, people. I'm so excited, and I am looking forward to hopefully seeing more results. This definitely gives me more motivation, and I know it's probably water weight and the bloating of all the bad foods that I used to eat, but it's a win in my book, so I don't care. So that's my big yay for the week. And then my second big yay for the week is all of you who reached out to me and gave me all this support and love. I got so many comments and texts and calls and Facebook messages, and so thank you so much for all of you that have shown me support and love. I definitely need it, and I'm so thankful for all of you for tuning in. And even if you just watch my video, thank you so much. You have no idea how much it means, and it definitely gives me that much more motivation to keep going. So you guys are the real MVPs here, so thank you so much. And sorry that I have to record on my phone. I know that it's probably not great to watch, so if you are powering through and watching me record myself on my phone, thank you, because I don't have a fancy computer with a nice camera or anything like that, so my phone is what we get. So thank you for that too. And thank you to all of you that are praying for me. I definitely need it. For those of you that are believers, I would love some prayer. I definitely am going to need it on this journey, so thank you to those who are praying for me as well. So, and if you're watching this and you have no idea what's going on because I haven't said my name yet, hello, I'm Kaylee. If you are watching this and you didn't watch last week's video, feel free to do that. That was my introduction video, kind of talking about who I am and everything. But if not, welcome. This week I am going to talk about keto in a little bit more detail with some more of what I eat every day, the rules, and just kind of an outline. And like I said last week, I'm no way an expert, so I don't want to label myself as an expert or a doctor or anything like that. And if you're thinking about doing keto, consult your physician first. However, bear in mind that most family doctors only have to take 2 nutrition classes when they're going to medical school, so they may not know as much as you think. There's a lot of skeptics out there when it comes to doctors and keto, so definitely do your research. But anyways, I'll start with what I eat every day, just to give you an overview of what I eat every day, and then I'll answer some of the questions that I got from people, so that if you're curious about keto and you just want to know more about it, you can refer to this video, or maybe you're starting and you just need some more information. So usually what I start with is eggs and some kind of breakfast meat. I pretty much have that every day, and I know that probably sounds boring, but I really like eggs and bacon, so who doesn't? But I try to switch it up a little bit. I'll do scrambled eggs and a couple of pieces of bacon one day, and then an omelet with bacon and sausage and spinach, or try to throw some greens in there the next day, just to do some different flavors. And you can do that, but that's pretty much a staple for a keto breakfast. There are different recipes that you can try. I tried almond flour pancakes, which turned out okay. I know what I did wrong that I can fix to make them better, but those kinds of recipes, you want to kind of limit yourself if you're doing keto, because they're not super nutritious the way that eggs and bacon are. They don't have as much nutritional value, so I would say limit it to maybe once or twice a week, and then try to have a really nutritious breakfast other than that. So eggs and bacon or eggs and sausage is pretty much my go-to. And then coffee, I am a big coffee drinker. Can't go without it. I just tried yesterday and it turned out pretty good. I did a scoop of cocoa, unsweetened, some vanilla extract, some stevia, and some heavy whipping cream, and it was really good. It kind of tasted like a mocha. Just stir it up really good, or even put it in a blender so that way it like all mixes together correctly, because the cocoa kind of sinks to the bottom a little bit. Or you can do bulletproof coffee, which is not something I've tried yet, but a lot of people that do keto do bulletproof coffee, including my friend Maven. Shout out to Maven. She's been kind of my keto guru since I've started. She's been like a huge help to me getting going on this journey. So she does it, and what she does is kind of what I said that I did yesterday with the mocha, the vanilla, and then she does coconut oil and butter, so that she gets her fat in the coffee so that it holds her over until lunch. And that's what a lot of people do on keto, and that's why they call it bulletproof coffee, because you don't need to eat anything else for breakfast. You just have this coffee. But make sure, if you are watching and you decide to try this, to put it in a blender or some kind of like little ninja thing, because the fat from the coconut oil and the butter will sit on top of the coffee and it'll be gross from what I've heard. So if you blend it up, then it'll all mix together. And I've been told that it kind of helps develop this like frothy feel, so you actually kind of feel like you're drinking a latte. So that is kind of some stuff that you can do with coffee. And many people don't know this, but there are options at Starbucks. You can drink Starbucks still. You can still get a latte. I have had one and it was awesome. What you do is you ask for a latte, you ask for heavy whipping cream, and then sugar-free syrup. So they have I think they have vanilla and cinnamon dolce. I think vanilla might have some kind of chemical in it that's not really good for you, so I would recommend cinnamon dolce. Plus it's so good, it tastes like a cinnamon roll in a cup. So that's something that you can do at Starbucks. I know that that's a big concern for a lot of people, because a lot of people love Starbucks, including myself. So that is kind of an overview of breakfast. For lunch, salads are definitely a really good go-to. Get your greens in, or just a protein and a veggie, like some chicken and broccoli or chicken and green beans or whatever. I'm very fortunate. I work at a company where I get free lunch every day. I know not very many people have that luxury, but I'm super thankful for it, because in the past, when I've tried to do dieting or meal prepping, I get lazy because I know that I have to pack my lunch every night, or I have to spend a couple of hours meal prepping. So this is like a huge weight off my shoulders that I don't have to worry about, because I don't have to pack a lunch every night. It's already going to be there for me. So that's a really cool thing for me, and it's been helping me stay on track because I have healthy food available to me for free. So I often do a salad or protein with a veggie, or we have some sandwiches at work that I've tried without the bread, and that works too. I did a club without the bread, and it was really good. I just wrapped it up in lettuce, and it basically was the same thing. I hardly even missed the bread, to be honest. So lunch is pretty easy, and dinner is where we've been most creative. My mom and my stepdad have kind of jumped on board with keto, and for those of you that don't know me, my husband and I live with my mom and my stepdad right now, because we just moved to North Carolina a couple of months ago, and they already lived here, so we're living with them for a little while to kind of get on our feet until we find a place of our own that we love. So we live here and we kind of coordinate meals together. So dinner at first was a little scary. I was afraid that they weren't going to want to eat all this healthy stuff, or that they were going to be eating really like good food not good, bad food, but food that you like in front of me, and it was going to be so hard. But they've actually decided to kind of jump on the bandwagon. My stepdad is doing full-on keto, and my mom is just kind of making adjustments in her diet as well. So that was super exciting. That's another weight off my shoulders that I don't have to worry about. My little brother still eats like crap, but he's 18, so it's hard to get him on a diet. So we've been kind of creative. My mom got some cookbooks, and we've tried a couple of like Pinterest ideas. Tonight I'm making a chicken bacon ranch casserole that I'm really excited about. But we do a lot of taco bowls. Those are really easy, and my little brother loves tacos, so we have tacos like every week. But they're easy. Ground beef, salsa, guacamole, cheese, you can't go wrong. And then we've done like bunless burgers, or we do a lot of protein in a veggie. So we'll do like a chicken and broccoli, or cauliflower rice is good. Cauliflower mash is good. So we're kind of trying new things, trying to find out what everybody likes. And the best thing ever is Fathead pizza dough. Fathead pizza dough was a lifesaver last week because, this weekend. This weekend I started getting really bad cravings. I shouldn't say really bad, but worse than they were in the beginning. I started really wanting pizza. Pizza's a big craving for me. So I tried Fathead pizza dough, which is basically almond flour, cream cheese, and mozzarella cheese. And it was so good. It blew my mind. It was way better than I expected. So that was really good. If anybody wants any of these recipes of stuff that I'm talking about, just comment and I'll send them to you. But that is super good. And then you can load it up with whatever you want as far as veggies or meat or whatever. I like pepperoni and bacon, which is not super nutritious. So we probably won't do pizza very often, but at least it's an option and it's not as nearly as bad for you as ordering Domino's. So I was very excited to try that. And then snacks, snacks, we do a lot of meat sticks, some cheese sticks, nuts. You can do dips as long as you're using celery or something else to dip it. So you can do guacamole and use celery to dip it or something like that. Lots of veggies. On keto, you want to limit your fruit intake because even though it's natural sugar, you still want to limit it because you're trying to cut sugar out pretty much. So they say to stick with berries only and not to have them very often. I've pretty much cut them out almost entirely. I might have a serving of fruit a week so far. So that is unfortunate because you think fruit is so good for you, and it's not bad for you. It's just it's high in sugar, so that kind of stinks because I definitely miss bananas. But that's kind of snacks. Snacks are kind of easy. You just want to make sure that you're watching your carbs. And then desserts, yes, you can have desserts. There's definitely lots of recipes out there. We tried making some brownies, and they didn't turn out the way that we wanted exactly, so we're going to tweak them a little bit. My friend Mabin made some donuts, and they were the bomb. They literally tasted like the donuts that you get from a cider mill. They were so good. So there's definitely options. Again, all of these recipes that are to substitute bad food, you want to limit because they're not entirely nutritious. They're more to kind of cope with your cravings when you're having them without going overboard on bad stuff. So those are definitely options. Pinterest is a great resource for looking up recipes for keto. There's lots of recipes on there, and I'm in a Facebook group called Keto Connect or Keto Connection, either one. And there's thousands of people on there doing keto that post recipes all the time, so that's a really good resource for me too. But food is definitely, it's not hard. You can pretty much still eat the same stuff. You just have to make modifications, cut out the carbs, cut out the sugar, and it's pretty easy. So that is a basic idea of what I eat every day. And then some of the rules that I mentioned are, like I said last week, keto is high protein, high fat, low carb. That's pretty much it. And then you want to try and cut out sugar too. It's pretty simple, but there's still a lot of speculation. Some people do variations of keto. There's pretty much two variations, strict or lazy. Strict keto is you find out what your macros are, and then you stick to those macros religiously and try not to go outside of them. And if you don't know what macros are, there's charts that you can look at, and it'll tell you how many calories you need to be eating a day, protein, how many grams of protein you need to be eating a day, carbs, and fat. And usually it's based off of your gender, your height, or your weight. But it'll basically tell you all of those things that you need to know, what you need to be eating every day. The protein is kind of more of a goal. The fat is less of a goal, but you want to try and kind of get in that range to outweigh the protein so that you're not just eating protein. And the carb is like a maximum. You have to stay under that. Most people will stay under 20 to 30 carbs. Me personally, I have to stay under 20. So strict keto is watching those super carefully, tracking what you're eating all day so you can make sure you're staying within your macros. Lazy keto is eating keto food but not tracking your macros. So you might eat all of the stuff that I just said, but you don't keep track of how many carbs are in it. You're just eating healthier keto-friendly food without tracking everything. Those are the two basic ones. And then within that, there's some gray areas. Some people say some stuff is fine. Other people say it's not. Some people count net carbs. Some people don't. Net carbs are when you subtract the fiber from the carbs, because people say fiber is really important. So you can subtract that from the carbs, and then whatever number left over is your net carb. So there's lots of different ins and outs. It can be kind of overwhelming and confusing at first, but do your research. There's lots of YouTubers actually that have channels that talk about keto. Facebook groups are good. Podcasts, whatever you need to do. If you're thinking about doing keto, there's lots of resources out there to find out. And it's kind of a fad diet right now. Everybody's doing it. It's like the new thing. So really there is a lot of resources out there, but for me, this isn't a fad diet. This is a lifestyle, because like I said last week, my husband and I would really love to start a family, hopefully next year. So, this is a forever thing for me. We'll probably do low carb for the rest of our lives, and it's good for you. And I feel great. I've lost weight. So, I think it's a winning diet. But, what else? If there's any other rules, there's some sweeteners that have like chemicals in them that you want to stay away from, like maltodextrin. So some people are kind of strict about that, the sweeteners that they use when they, put them in their coffee or their pancakes or whatever. So there's a lot of little rules that aren't like a big deal if you don't, and you want to also stay organic or grass-fed, or cage-free. So those are all things that you kind of want to look for when you're looking at the labels, as far as eggs and cheese and all that stuff. But other than that, that's kind of the basics. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to comment, feel free to message me or text me. And thank you again for tuning in. I know this video was really long, and I said that not all of them will be this long, and they won't. It's just last week and this week were kind of long. So thanks if you watched the whole thing. And if I didn't give enough information, please feel free to message, call me, text me, whatever, and I can talk to you some more about it. And other than that, I hope to see you all next week. Thanks for watching.